Chào mừng quý vị đến với chương trình Nhà lãnh đạo doanh nghiệp trên truyền hình FBNC. Kính thưa quý vị, hôm nay chương trình Nhà lãnh đạo doanh nghiệp hân hạnh đón tiếp ông Ganesan Ampalavanar, Tổng giám đốc của công ty Nestlé Việt Nam. Hello, Mr. Ganesan.
Đánh dấu cột mốc 150 năm trên thế giới và có lịch sử hiện diện tại Việt Nam từ năm 1912, Nestlé đã không ngừng nỗ lực để trở thành công ty hàng đầu trên thế giới về thực phẩm và đồ uống. Điều hành gần 500 nhà máy tại 86 nước trên toàn thế giới, tuyển dụng hơn 280.000 nhân viên, tiếp thị 8.500 thương hiệu với 30.000 sản phẩm, với mạng lưới sản xuất và kinh doanh rộng khắp trên toàn cầu. Hơn hết, chiến lược của Nestlé trong việc tiếp cận người tiêu dùng Việt Nam và cũng là một trong những yếu tố thú vị trong hành trình sự nghiệp của CEO Nestlé Việt Nam. Mời quý vị theo dõi tiếp câu chuyện giữa nhà báo Trần Ngọc Châu với Tổng giám đốc Ganesan Ampalavanar về tầm nhìn quan trọng trong việc tạo giá trị chung của Nestlé.
Kính thưa quý vị, công ty Nestlé Việt Nam có một lịch sử lâu dài tại Việt Nam, nhưng từ năm 1995, Nestlé Việt Nam mới xây dựng nhà máy đầu tiên tại tỉnh Đồng Nai. Và câu chuyện của chúng tôi cùng với ông Ganesan sẽ trao đổi về cái công việc kinh doanh của Nestlé Việt Nam. Vâng. Thank you for joining us today. As I introduced to our audience, Nestlé Vietnam really had a long history in Vietnam. According to me, I know what I know is the Nestlé Vietnam started the first in 1912. So its real history is over 100 years. But since 1995, Nestlé Vietnam returned and built up the factory in Dong Nai province.
Yes.
So how big is it today?
First of all, you're absolutely right. We re-entered back Vietnam in 1995.
Yes.
So this year is also a very memorable year for us. We have now completed 20 years.
Yes.
But the Nestlé company itself, from our origins in Switzerland, is going to be celebrating 150 years next year.
Yes,
and
a long
in
time.
Vietnam,
Yes.
in the earlier years, in 1912, again, as you correctly pointed out. So we've been part and parcel of Vietnamese life for a long time. Since 1995, we've made many investments in Vietnam. We have 3 factories in Vietnam, and all 3 are in Dong Nai province. We have got a team of almost 2,000 people, and we are extremely proud of our success and our heritage in Vietnam, and we look forward to grow in Vietnam with Vietnam.
Yeah, I would like to return to your biography.
Okay.
I know you served Nestlé over 20 years. So what motives urged you to choose jobs at Nestlé?
I joined the company in 1991 in Malaysia as a management trainee. I graduated as an accounting and finance person. But one thing led to another, and by mistake, I went for the Nestlé interview. My original career ambition was to be an accountant, but at the Nestlé interview, they told me to try sales and marketing. So through that mistake, I had the opportunity to grow in Nestlé, primarily in sales and marketing. And it's been a good journey of almost 24 years, and next year is my 25th year. It's a great company, and it's something which I always tell the younger people in Vietnam: you don't join Nestlé for a job, you join Nestlé to make a career for yourself.
So you started your job at Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur?
In Kuala Lumpur as a management trainee. In my first year, the company, as part of our management trainee program, assigned me to spend my time with the distributor. So I actually worked as a distributor salesman for 1 year. And at first I thought it was, why should a graduate like me do a distributor salesman's job carrying boxes? But it actually teaches you to humble yourself and experience all the small things that many guys do every day to make our company successful. So I thought it was a great opportunity to be given an education after university, working as a distributor.
What major you study in university?
I majored in accounting and finance.
Accounting and finance, yes. Okay. What university, Malaysia?
I graduated from the University of Science in Malaysia, in Penang, in 1991. Yeah.
And then from the Malaysia, you assigned to work in the Sri Lanka or India?
Yeah. In my first 18 years, I did various positions in sales and marketing in Malaysia. As I told you, management trainee, sales supervisor, area sales executive, then brand manager, group brand manager, and eventually becoming sales director in Malaysia. So after 18 years in Malaysia, I had the opportunity to go abroad for the first time. The company gave me an opportunity to work as sales director for South Asia region based in New Delhi. And after 5 years in India, I had the opportunity to become managing director in Sri Lanka. And after 2 years there, I was again given an opportunity to come to Vietnam as managing director in Vietnam.
So when you arrived in Vietnam?
I came early part of this year.
So how do you think Vietnam?
Extremely pleased to be here and positively surprised. This is my first time working in Vietnam. Previously I came for short trips. I'm very impressed to see the development and the progress physically, infrastructure-wise. I think Vietnam is moving ahead, but more impressed with the people. I think the Vietnamese people are extremely pragmatic and have a lot of potential to move forward.
You were born in Malaysia.
Yes.
You worked in Sri Lanka and India.
Yes.
And now you work in Vietnam. Yes. So how do you think about the difference in terms of culture?
Right. Each country is different, and all the markets that I worked for have got different levels of economic progress and socio-economic progress. But for Nestlé, we are all guided by our internal culture first, which is the Nestlé leadership and management principles. Each market has got its own traits, customs, traditions, but the common thing that binds all of us in Nestlé in Sri Lanka, Nestlé in India, Nestlé in Vietnam, is our values, our common values. Trust, respect, involvement, pride, honesty, hard work, humility. These are common Nestlé values that can be applied in all the different cultures that we work in. But we're also from the East, and this thing about respect of traditions, this is common in Vietnam, in Sri Lanka. So we shouldn't look at the differences, but more focus on the common things that drive us together in making a success in wherever we work.
Regarding the top management of the Nestlé Vietnam, all of them is Vietnamese, or that is the international team.
Right. Nestlé being a multinational company, and I like to stress that we are a Vietnamese multinational company. Our top management is basically half Vietnamese and half members from our international community. So we have got 4 Vietnamese on our leadership team and 4 from outside Vietnam. So
do you feel comfortable to manage that team?
Yes, I am. And I think this is again the strength of Nestlé. Because if you look at the origins of Nestlé, Nestlé comes from Switzerland. And Switzerland is only 2% of our business. And usually, when you have a very small home market, we need to ask, how did this company succeed growing so much? Switzerland has a population of 6 million people, and it only represents 2% of the Nestlé business. 98% of Nestlé is outside Switzerland. So from that aspect, I always like to say Nestlé has always been a multinational's multinational. We bring the best of everything, of the Swiss heritage that we have, and also we apply and absorb and adopt local cultures and traditions. So having a combination of being Vietnamese and being multinational, I think gives us a good blend of what we can do together.
Thank you. Kính thưa quý vị đang theo dõi chương trình Nhà lãnh đạo doanh nghiệp với ông Ganesan, Tổng giám đốc của công ty Nestlé Việt Nam. Xin quý vị đừng thay đổi kênh truyền hình để chúng tôi còn trở lại với phần 2 của chương trình. Xin cảm ơn quý vị.